Hi, everybody. I am here with Akuj, and we are going to be discussing a raw vegan lifestyle. So, just got a few questions for you. Hope you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, so how did you get started with the lifestyle?
In terms of raw veganism, I went to a retreat in Miami. It was held by Dr. Bobby Price, who's a plant-based doctor in the States, helping the Black community, and he spoke about not wearing deodorant when he started going high raw.
Okay.
And when I was in uni, I tried not wearing deodorant and making my own concoctions, and it didn't work. So when he said he didn't really need to wear deodorant anymore as a high raw vegan, I said that's enough for me, and I'm going to start my transition. So I think I went to the retreat in July, and from July until the end of the year, I was slowly transitioning, increasing the amount of raw foods I was eating from about 50% to, and then about 10% every single month. But some days, some months it wasn't totally accurate, but overall I was increasing until January the 1st, 2024. And that's how I started my raw vegan journey.
Boom. Wow.
Hey.
Amazing. Okay, just being inspired and just hearing somebody else just talk about the lifestyle, that was enough for you to be like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to give this a go.
Well, I was a vegan since 2015, and I'd heard about the raw till 4 lifestyle already.
Banana Girl.
But yeah, Freely was the OG. Freely and Fully Raw Christina, they were the two main OGs, I'd say, in terms of like young people and who were living in a lifestyle that looked accessible. So I had heard of Fully Raw Christina, and I'd watched some of her videos, but because she was fully raw, it just didn't make sense to me, and it wasn't something that resonated with me at the time.
Okay.
So I think there's always a question of readiness. You have to be ready for this lifestyle because you have to give up so much, and you have to not give up, but surrender so much. So you have to be spiritually, energetically ready for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, what were some of the benefits that you noticed from switching your diet?
From vegan to raw.
Yeah.
The waistline snatched. But I lost like maybe 10 pounds, 12 pounds in the first 3 months. And so I saw my abs for the first time.
Okay.
And I was always a chubby one. From birth, I was always a chubby one. Never had abs. I was always looking at food, always looking at the table. I love food and I love eating, and I'm known as the hungry badger in the house. So if there's someone who's going to finish the food, it's me. If somebody's going to open the packet, it's me. If there's somebody who's probably not going to leave leftovers, is
Well, that sounds like me too.
yeah, innit? But it happens. I think I've heard that it's actually genetic. Some people have the gene, some people don't. So some people are hungry badgers and love food, and some people don't. But anyways, so I was never really healthy. I was always kind of skinny fat throughout my life, and as a child I was always chubby. So to have my abs for the first time, I was like, whoa. That was cool. And in terms of the clarity, a lot came up, a lot of emotional trauma came up. And it was like, oh, I now have to sit with myself and deal with this stuff. So that was interesting. And then a lot of lightness as well. So more joy, more myself, more smiling, more ease. And then it just kept evolving. But it wasn't all of a sudden. I think maybe 2025 is when it felt like things were really taking off.
Okay.
Because I'd let go of a lot of the baggage. But the first year, it was like, this is a better lifestyle. It feels better. But there's still some things I'm working through. But I think in 2025, I saw the light. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is it. This is the shit. This is the shit, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad to hear that. You know, these diets, this lifestyle is very transformative. You know,
You can say
So,
that again.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. Okay. So, what shifts have you made with your diet from when you started doing the raw to where you're at now? Because I've noticed that you did make a switch at some
Yeah.
point. So can you go into that?
So I started off, I guess, starch base, because that was my diet mostly as a vegan. Lots of rice, lots of potatoes, sweet potatoes. In Sudan, we have kisra or anjira, is known in East Africa, semolina-based meals. Lots of beans, full couscous. I used to love that as a vegan, and so I didn't really know at the beginning what to eat. So I just had oats. I had cold oats every single day for who knows long, maybe 3 months, up to 3 months. And I was having potatoes in my salad, raw potatoes. They don't taste like anything. Raw sweet potatoes don't really taste like anything, so I had to dehydrate them a bit. But I didn't know that oats were not raw. So someone told me on my channel about 3 months into...
Can't go into like an oat field and just like start.
No, you can't.
Don't try that, please.
So there's a lot that you learn. I didn't know about sprouting at the time, which I do know a lot about now. I didn't know... What else don't I know? I didn't know about the power of fruits. And so I recently, about maybe 2.5 months ago now, I read 80-10-10.
Shout out Doug.
Hey, he's a man. And so I transitioned, well, not really transitioned, I just introduced more fruits into my diet. But when I was traveling, I was working up in the north in January. And so because I was traveling, going from one city to another, it was really convenient for me to have fruits. And so that was the first time I was fully fruitarian. I had basically like 99% fruits every single day, and some days I was having nuts and raisins. But that whole week I noticed I felt better, I looked better, I had more energy, I had good stamina for the show that we were doing. And so but it wasn't really I didn't like clock it. I just went back to my normal way of eating, which was still high nuts and high dried fruits. And then when I read 80-10-10, at that time I wanted to listen more to my intuition. And so by chance, I was guided after my fruit fast and after my juice fast, I was guided to become a fruitarian. And so that's my lifestyle. It's mostly fruits, maybe 90-95% fruits, and the rest is greens or sprouts or salads. I love salads. I love salads.
Yeah, that's interesting because whenever I came across your content, I was like, okay, this person is dialed in, the raw foods are working. But in my head, I was like, oh, you're consuming a little bit more higher fat than that I noticed a lot of the fruit-based people that I follow. And then at some point, I was like, oh, okay, now you're fully into the fruits.
Yeah,
I was like, amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, okay, so cool. So shout out Doug for that one.
Yeah. I think at some point, I believe in calling things in. So I think I was meant to transition to this lifestyle. And Doug's work, the 80-10 book, was the portal for
catalyst.
Me. Yeah, the catalyst. Not the thing that just pushed me out off the cliff into the sea, and now I'm swimming in a deep, big ocean of fruits. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So what did you have to stop believing to fully embrace this lifestyle?
Oh, that's a good question. Fruitarian lifestyle or raw vegan lifestyle?
We'll do both.
Okay, to become a raw vegan. I think, in retrospect, I think you have to know that nature's way greater than man. And nature has basically all the answers. But we're never going to get the healing that we need from man-made foods. Nature has all the answers. Nature will always be home. Nature never judges. There's nobody who's unfit for nature. But you can often find misalignment where human hand is involved, where mankind tries to play God. So that's something that I learned to surrender to as a raw vegan. And then as a fruitarian, I realized that I get to have high standards. Life gets to be joyful. Life gets to be good. Life gets to be miraculous every single day. And you don't get bored of a watermelon per se, because a watermelon meets you with more juiciness every single time. And you're just like, whoa, what is this riddle going on? It's crazy how perfect fruits are. So I guess that's what I learned to embrace as a fruitarian.
So you almost had to stop believing that nature didn't have the answers to some degree.
Yeah.
And embrace that nature does have all the answers.
Yeah. Really accept it, and also allow myself to see it more and more, because the more fruits I eat, the better my life gets,
Wow.
and the better my inner world gets as well. But I think my life gets better because my inner world is richer. Yeah, so it's just like at the end of this year, we are in June, in 6 months' time, by the end of this year, life is going to be very different because I'm choosing to surrender now to nature. And it's just like there's a beautiful metaphor that goes on. Surrendering to nature on your plate, you're fueled by nature, you're fueled by oneness, you're fueled by like divine energy, and that just it has to pour out into other areas of
Somehow,
your life.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I trust that it's happening.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Oh, it's happening.
oi oi.
Because I notice myself whenever I do like fully raw,
Yeah.
weird things start happening. Like the
Synchronicities,
longer,
yeah.
weird like spiritual stuff starts
Yeah.
happening. So
Yeah.
no, awesome
Yeah.
response. Okay, so what's your overall thoughts on starches now? Like potatoes, rice, and beans. Is your worldviews is like, you know, like they're non-foods, don't eat them, etc., or is it just like what's your thoughts on them now?
Personally, for me, I don't eat starches. I don't eat rice, potatoes. I haven't had potatoes since the first month of my raw vegan journey, and I haven't had cooked rice since I was a cooked food vegan. And what other starches are there?
Like quinoa and millet and
Okay.
all those different ones.
Quinoa. I have quinoa at home that need to sprout, but it's been waiting for me to sprout. So
Like, you know the way people are like all cooked foods are evil, etc.
yeah.
I'm just wanting your take on that. And say,
I'm really good at minding my own business. That's what I'm really good. So if someone eats cooked
Very
food,
political,
Yeah,
very political answer. Yeah,
but it doesn't really change anything for me because I know everybody's on their own journey, and if I'm watching your journey, who's watching mine? You know, I think we do best and we influence the most, and we can help the most people when we focus on what's on our own plate, and fix that, and then anybody else who spots us thriving will learn from that, like. They will be able to see us, or the way modeled, as opposed to us trying to control others. So I think for some people, while they're transitioning, as I was on a vegan diet, I was very starch heavy, and that was necessary for me for where I was and where I was going. And then as the journey revealed itself, I had to let go of the rice, but it wasn't something that I was conscious of. It's just like, oh, I can't have cooked food. Adios, rice, you know.
Bye.
Yeah, literally just out the window, buy potatoes, buy sweet potatoes. And it's easier to not have starches as a raw vegan because starches need to be cooked in order to be flavoursome. Starches need to be seasoned in order to be flavoursome. But the magic about fruits is that they don't need seasoning. They're ready to go. If I was really hungry, I could eat the same minute. The minute I see my food is the minute I'm eating it. Whereas with rice, with potatoes, it needs processing. So it doesn't feel, with that logic, it doesn't feel innate. It doesn't feel like it's a natural thing, at least for me, and in terms of the logic of that.
Okay, wow, good answer.
Oi,
Good
oi.
answer. Okay, so what sort of tips would you have for a beginner who's starting out, say they're struggling with their weight management, you know, they don't feel great, they're addicted to junk food, etc. What sort of tips? They see you shining, etc.,
yeah.
glowing.
Wolfie glow.
And what sort of tips would you give them just to help them out?
Weight loss, I believe, is a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual matter. And if we have, maybe I can call it demons on the inside, not that the devil's here or anything, but if we have things that were obstacles on the inside, weight loss becomes difficult and problematic. We never get there. So I think it's investigating, where did I learn to hold this weight? Where did I learn that having a healthy, thriving, sexy body isn't for me, it's for those people over there. Because these are behaviors, these are languages that we picked up over the years, but we don't really understand how these behaviors are holding us back in the area of weight management, in the area of food management, and other areas of our lives. So once you kind of liberate one blockage, it liberates a lot of energy in other areas of our lives. So I think really being brave and asking yourself, where did I learn that this is my standard? Where did I learn that I can't have higher standards for myself? Where did I learn that I can't glow, that I can't be intuitive? You know, these are questions that we have to ask ourselves on the inside. And it takes a lot of bravery, I think, to do some inner work. But it's inevitable. It's part of the life journey, I think.
Okay, awesome. And just out of curiosity, just so that people on my channel know, what do you eat in a day? Like, what exactly is like your typical day?
I can give you what I ate today. Today I had about 3 or 4 bananas, and then I had unlimited dates. I love my dates, and I don't count my dates.
We love dates here.
Yeah. I think all raw vegans love dates.
Yeah, pretty much.
But before, when I was like normal vegan, dates were not on my radar.
But now they are.
Yeah, I don't know what happens, but anyways. So I love bananas. Today I had loads of bananas, unlimited dates. I had lots of prunes as well. And then I had mango. And then that was it, because I had a dance class, so I didn't want to be too heavy. And I started eating late. So I usually eat after midday.
Okay.
And so my class was at 3, so I cut off my eating at 1. And then tonight I'll have watermelons, unlimited watermelons, and whatever other fruits are. Oh, I also had tomatoes. Oh, tomatoes and dates together is outstanding.
Okay. I normally put that in a sauce. I normally use that for like a sauce.
Just eating it like that,
wow,
one
okay.
bite. So that's what I recently discovered as a fruitarian. I can literally have whatever I'm feeling, I can have. And I have no limits when it comes to portion control, calorie control, because it's just doing so much good. So yeah. Oh, I also had some tahini with the dates. So I really improvise. Today it's going to be mostly fruit based, so I won't have a salad. And then maybe in a couple of days' time, if I feel the need to, I will have a salad and maybe a tahini-based dressing.
What do you like to put in your salad?
Oh, anything. So usually greens would be the base, kales or lettuce or spinach or rocket, or pak choy sometimes.
Ooh.
Yeah, any greens that I have. I mean, you can't go wrong with greens. Broccoli as well, spring greens, maybe some sprouts as well. And then I layer it with more seeded fruit, tomatoes, maybe some cucumber, maybe some courgettes, maybe some grated carrots. I like color. Cabbage as well. I really like color, so I'm stimulated by
I
color.
love how excited you get.
Yeah, oh my God. So yeah, salad. I will eat salad forever. That's certain. I feel so nourished and I feel so blessed when I eat salad, because it's such simplicity, but it's deep nourishment. And so that's a spiritual thing now for me, because I'm allowing the Creator to almost invest in me and work through me. So
I've never heard someone put it this way. This is amazing.
It's crazy, but it's crazy, but it's simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. So yeah, so today, maybe tomorrow, I think will be high fruits, and then maybe who knows? I lost it. To the Wednesday, I might have more vegetables. Maybe a smoothie with veg, so a spinach-based smoothie. Mango. I've got juicy mangoes at home, so mango and kale would be really good. Yeah, that's what.
Awesome. Amazing. Okay. So yeah, you've said a lot of amazing things. We've learned a lot from you and your perspective on how you see things. Would there be any final sort of closing message you would have for the world? Yeah.
So there are lots of problems in the world, and I don't know why, but I do believe there are plenty of us, enough of us, to help solve some of these problems. So rather than thinking about somebody else outside of us to alleviate one problem or another, I think it's worth asking, what can we do? And I think naturally when you do step into your light, you help to solve some of these problems. So my message is always step into your light, know that you're worthy, and know that there is a special purpose on earth for you, whatever that is. Who knows what it is? You will eventually know what that is, but allow that to be revealed to you and enjoy this journey called life.
Amazing. And final one, what's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal, elephant.
Elephant. Woo! Awesome. Okay, so thanks for coming on. And,
Anytime.
And yeah, hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Well, thank you.
Awesome. Peace.